Thank you very much indeed, Striker. I was under the impression I was going to be speaking last, so my opening line. My opening line was that the whole of the panel are extremely nice people, but they're all completely wrong. And unfortunately, that doesn't sound too good because I haven't all heard a word they've said. But nonetheless, I was also asked earlier on the thing. Somebody said you had to have a heart of stone. You have to be a man with a heart of stone to celebrate Edelman's victory. Ladies and gentlemen, you're very lucky. You have that man. This Obama mania that we've been watching over the last 48 hours strikes me so much, so akin to the 1st of May 1997. Things can only get better. The South Bank Centre, you know those people trying to dance in the South Bank Centre, that it reminds me and makes me think how incredibly, even for an American election, the rhetoric that we've heard from both sides, but particularly from Mr. Obama, seems to me to have stoked up expectations that are unsustainable. That even with a landslide, and this was not a landslide, this was 52% against 46.5%, this is not Reagan, this is not Roosevelt, it only needs 3% of people to change their mind, and he seems to have got quite a lot of votes from independents and Republicans. So there are 3% of people out there who in the next 4 years will change their minds. This is much more like the 1992 election, where within 2 years you had the Gingrich revolution. He hasn't won the enough Senate seats to override filibusters, and he's got two extreme partisans in the case of Pelosi and Reid working for him. He's the first big city northern liberals since JFK to be elected, and each of those have within them the possibility of a reaction over the next 4 years, and as I say, only 3% is needed. I think that the promises to cut taxes for 95% of people, which is going to involve, as it admits, capital gain tax and corporation tax increases, a form of Medicare Plus, and a promise to spread the wealth, but during a recession, all also open up big opportunities for him to lose the 3% that he needs to hang on to in order to get re-elected. And as The Economist is about to say in a few days' time, I don't know why I got sent that, the internal memo, but nonetheless I did, so I'm going to share it with you. He said that it's going to say that this is going to make it far harder for the foes of America to hate America. Ladies and gentlemen, if you think that this is going to alter the view of America held by Ahmadinejad or Bin Laden or indeed Putin, then you've got another thing coming. These guys are going to be thrilled that a man who responded to the South Ossetia crisis by waiting 24 hours, blaming both sides, and then saying we ought to go to the United Nations, is in charge of America. What I can see instead of the whole... It might make America's friends love America more, but it's not going to make America's enemies hate her less. The last time we had a moralizer like this was obviously President Carter. Instead of a happier and nicer world, I think that we can look forward to a nuclearized Middle East. There is simply no way that Turkey, Egypt and Saudi Arabia is going to allow Iran to be the only major nuclearized power in that region other than Pakistan. And it is therefore we're on the verge of having a nuclearized Middle East under Obama. Putin has already moved rockets closer to Poland. It doesn't mean he's going to use them, obviously, but he's just going to be edging forward, and he's going to be putting pressure on Georgia and Ukraine. I don't see President Obama, who wants to attempt to use the United Nations as an effective force in the world, being able to do anything about these two very serious and very unpleasant dangers. And so, as I say, a moralizer, the last time you had one who made America look weaker was Jimmy Carter. And so it strikes me that for somebody who I personally can't get excited because I never thought of America as a racist country anyway. I think that's a 40-year-old story. The very fact that the BBC had to use black and white footage to show the story last night implies to me that although the impact obviously has helped him enormously getting elected, it's not necessarily going to help him stay in the White House. And with other problems, whether or not his attitude towards the unions, towards NAFTA, towards regulation of financial services, trying to cut 80% of emissions, carbon emissions, and these are massive things that he's going to try to do, and only 3% of people need to be so irritated with him that they don't vote for him again, and instead vote for his opponent. So it seems to me that you're looking here at, like Carter, a first-term president, and remember, you heard it here first.
Thank you, Andrew.